South Bend City Council meeting, September 26, 2022.
Call the meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everyone. All right, so our first item on the agenda is any items from the public tonight. Nothing from the public. All right, so let's move on to item 4. I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda, the consent agenda, and the minutes from September 12th, 2022.
So moved.
Second.
All right, is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Everyone's in favor. Any correspondence? So, all right, so we're going to move into a parking ordinance discussion. And Zoe did pull up the parking and loading section out of our code. And so Patricia, I'm going to turn this over to you because you're the one that wanted to discuss it. So I'll let you lead the conversation.
There was a little red car that was parked in front of the museum for weeks. And he would move up one space or two spaces for as much time as he needed. And then he would come back and then he would move it up and come back. And he was there for days and days and days. And he has since moved. I don't know if somebody said something to him, but I don't know where he went.
Yeah, I
But-
talked to Luke and he had Officer Fuller talk to him.
Okay,
So it's, that part's resolved.
that part's resolved. But what is it? Parking in front of a business for days and days? Is there not
As long
anything
as
that
he's
covers that?
moving, he's not in the same place for more than 24 hours, they are free to do that. Yeah,
Even one parking place at a time?
yep.
We can, I talked to Chief Stiegel and we talked about putting up a 2-hour parking sign
Mhm.
around the museum, and that would negate that right there.
That would be great.
Okay.
That would be great. Yeah, I didn't even know if that was possible. I had thought about that, but
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was something that the state had to do. Or...
No, we can do that. We've got it down there in a couple businesses in front of Coast because they're having issues with some of the people that are working there, you know, camping out all day long, and
Yeah.
patrons will be able to come in and out. So we put some signs down there too, so that's kind of an issue.
All right, great. That would solve that problem.
Does anyone else have anything they'd like to say in regards to the parking?
Well, I was gonna say, I'm not very good with the streets here. I think it's California and, you know, where the blue building on the highway that's been empty for 40 years and the guy doesn't live here.
All right.
But there's mass cars all around it. Are they coming from across the street?
Yeah. Yeah, and Luke's been working on that.
I guess I don't understand the working on it. You know, I mean, why do we have to give people years and years to move all their vehicles?
Yeah, I can't speak on these. Yeah.
You know, it's just that whole area
I
down
know
there.
we're gonna have
is
a code
just-
enforcement officer now, and he's pretty diligent in
Yes.
enforcing that. So everything's been getting cleaned up fairly decent around town. So,
And I wanted to ask also about the new trailer parking.
yeah.
We have the new trailer court on First and B Street.
Yeah.
The bottom there, With the trailer.
John Joseph's place
Yeah.
there.
the hookups there.
Yeah, it's his property. He flattened it out and he's gonna come down like once or twice a year and hang out for a day or two. And there's nothing to say you can't do that. I mean, it's allowed. You know, it looks
Wow.
not that
Okay.
great. I mean, it doesn't even call for a temporary use permit if he's only gonna do it like that.
Yeah.
But it's not, he's not having a trailer park where people.
No, he just, that's his own personal property, and when he wants to come down for Labor Day for a couple of days or whatever, or 4th of July, then he wants to come down to his trailer on there. And
I
then
see,
head out,
little vacation area.
basically. But there was nothing in our zoning that negates that, or it's violation.
Well, trailer's not staying there year round.
No, there's
No, I
not.
don't
It's
see an
just a
issue with that.
Flat area.
Yeah.
It was, I don't know, I mean, those briars before that,
Yeah,
it's just, it looks crazy though when you're coming through town, that's the first thing. you see is
Yeah.
that.
when you're going that way, the last thing you see is the mess of cars
Yeah.
down there.
All right,
Okay,
done?
Can I ask,
Yeah.
maybe it's my COVID brain, but the section B on that says the parking prohibitions of this subsection A, which refers to everything above it, does not apply if the parked motor vehicle is the property of the adjacent property owner or renter, has a valid license and is operable.
You can park in front of your own business as long as you want. Is basically what that means.
But when you refer to subsection A, that's everything in subsection A. And there are a lot of those numbers up there that, I mean, those things that can't be done no matter whose vehicle it is.
That's true. Like within 15 feet of a fire hydrant.
On a crosswalk, on an intersection.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just confused. I'm like, well, that doesn't negate, you can't turn around and break the law.
Well, I don't think that's the flavor.
No, but it is what it says.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No,
It kind of contradicts.
It has to be operable.
Yeah, but basically stating that it has to have license and be.
Yeah.
be
And it
running.
only applies to your own property, adjacent to your own property or your rental place. So, yeah, we could maybe look at tweaking that a little bit, I guess, some of the language in there.
I just didn't know if I was not understanding.
I think it just only applies to 8, 9, and 10.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, we could certainly add some numbers in there, section A, 8, 9, 10, whatever it might be, yeah. Yeah, you're right. We'll have to take a look at it.
okay, thank you.
Mhm. Don't you agree, Dennis?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Want to speak for you. All right. Anything else on that topic?
no.
All
thank you
right,
very much.
let's move on to item number 7. And at this point tonight, we just want a discussion on the sewer rates. Sewer costs in particular. With Kim's help, we determined we have 744 sewer accounts. And over a 5-year period, the cost per account per month has gone up $27.72. In that time, we've had one rate increase of $7.50, which brings down that total increase in 5 years per account per month to $20.22. And the sewer fund is going to be in the red very soon, if not by the end of the year, it will be next year for sure. So we do have to take some type of action. In a 3-year period, the cost per account that it has increased after the rate increase deduction is $14.44. So mainly I wanted to bring this to you because we are going to probably bring a first reading ordinance to you at the next meeting. But we wanted to give you a heads up and let you think about it and we can discuss it some tonight. And the question in my mind, this is what it has already increased in 5 years, is $20.22 beyond what we have increased rates for. I don't think it's going to go down. Costs are going to go down in the next year. How much are they going to go up? We don't know. So we're looking at, in my mind, we're looking at $25, I think, to cover whatever happens next year with cost increase, as well as to cover what has already occurred. And so that's just what I'm saying. And it's certainly open for discussion.
$25 a month?
It is,
Boy,
yes.
that's gonna put me over 300 a month.
It's
for water,
already
sewer,
gone over
garbage.
20, it's already 20 that we have, the costs have increased.
Yeah, no, I
And,
get it.
Yeah,
Oh,
and we thought we were doing good by doing $7.50 this last time, and it's, you know, quarter of what we needed, really.
Yeah, it's about.
Yeah, yeah. So
Mm.
anyway, if anyone has any discussion, you're welcome to speak to this, but I just wanted to present it so that you could look at it and have some time to think about it and mull it over before you see it at the next meeting in a first reading situation. So,
Mayor, can you hear me?
yes,
You know, this is things that's happened in the past that has kind of bit us that we don't stay on top of.
Mhm.
And it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and just makes it look worse. So, you know, it's something that everybody better be thinking of, because it's something that we got to stay ahead of the game on.
yeah. And this last year has been awful. In 2022 alone, it's gone up $10.05 since the start of the year. So basically half of it has happened in 2022.
Things go up, they don't come down.
And that's along with everything. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
And all our infrastructure that we're dealing with now is at least double.
Yeah,
It's horrible.
yeah, it's, it makes me ill, actually. None of us want this, but we don't have much in the way of options.
No, you don't have any option.
Yeah, it's awful. And timing is not good for folks. The economy's awful. You know, the Weyerhaeuser folks are on strike. People are pinching pennies already, and here we are. So, yeah. It's not the fun part of being mayor, I can tell you that. I don't like it at all. All right. Anything else on that? Okay, so let's move on to department head reports. Police Chief Stegall has been excused for the evening. City Supervisor Hauk.
I really don't have that much near. Quigs was here last week and finished up their portion of the docks. So it's all about scheduling with Marine Floats, who's a subcontractor for Quigs, as far as getting the utilities in there. And we have no specific date on that yet. And that's about all I have, really.
Okay.
Business as usual.
Clerk Treasurer Soa.
The only thing I have is we're in budget season, so we'd like to schedule a budget workshop for October 19th. That would work,
Wednesday.
which is a Wednesday, if that would work for you guys. And we were hoping the time be at like 4 or 4:30, if that would work. I wasn't sure with work schedules if 4 o'clock would work. Would could you do 4:30 though? 4:30, perfect. So
Works for me.
19th at 4:30. It will be our budget workshop then, and I'll get that sent out and published in the paper also, so. And that's all for me.
Okay, thanks. I don't have much to report either. I did go to a mayor's exchange in Eastern Washington this week, and there was about 40 of us there. So it was kind of fun to get to talk with everybody, and it's amazing the commonalities between the cities. Everyone's struggling with budgets and revenues and costs. And they're struggling with employee retention and recruitment. Those are very common themes all over the place. So, yeah, we had lots of common ground to talk about, but it was a good event and I was glad I went. So got to see some family too, so that was nice. That's really all I have. So let's move on to any public comment regarding current agenda items. Yes, Mr. Spurterman.
Yeah, they kind of overlap both of the items. It's, don't read anything one way or another to how I feel about this, but the parking that was being discussed on B Street and First, is that a system, or how do I phrase this? Are they having to pay the normal utility rates monthly, even when they're not there, since they had the street dug up to have the utilities and features put in for power and water? Or are they somehow being exempted from these rates that you just told us we're going to have to bump up $25 a month on, because it's somehow a parking lot and not an actual residence, even though they have the sewer and water power or whatever services there? As far as the sewer rates, it's like, I've been told my Medicare Part D coverage is going up dramatically. My assessment for my property has more than doubled. Everything seems to be going up dramatically except my income.
Agreed.
It's not going to take much to put me over the edge. And I'm pretty certain that I'm doing better than a lot of people in town. So to be perfectly honest, let's go back to the parking for just a second. It's like, I understand the concern about the red car, but I could use another voice of arguing against the not in my backyard sound that I'm hearing from the council members. I know it's a pain, but if some guy's living in a car, I'd really like to hear some solutions of where the other people who are living in their cars are supposed to go as well, rather than just put up another sign, not here. So, thanks.
I will say, Craig, this much I do know. As long as there's a meter on the water, they are being charged monthly like everyone else.
Yeah, and even if you have your water turned off, there is still a fee for it to be turned off. So you can either leave it on and pay that, or you can have it turned, and there's a fee, and there's a turn on and off fee each time they do that. So yes, as long as there's services there, they are being charged for those services.
Okay, so let's move on to council comments. Councillor Williams.
Not much for me. I'm just in Vanderhoof, British Columbia, so a little ways away from you guys, but still hotter than heck here today too, so
Thanks for
that's it.
and we appreciate it. Councillor Davis.
I was gonna ask about the trees in the park across the way. Is there one that still doesn't look good?
Yeah.
There's
there
still a
is.
dead one, yes.
Or do we get a new tree or?
Jerry's working on that. I think he's been in talks with you a little bit about it, so we're
Mhm.
trying to figure out, the soil is horrible over there, and we're having a hard time with trees.
That's the second tree in that spot that's
Yeah.
died.
Well, it's tough because that's all been compacted for many, many years and it wasn't like anything was subsoil before it was
Yeah.
put in there, so it's gonna be
We
tough.
dug a giant hole and filled it with, we thought it was good dirt and stuff, and it's still.
That's
doesn't
gonna be
seem to
tough.
okay.
Okay.
Trying. We're talking about moving it to a different location.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's too bad.
yeah. Councillor Corcoran?
I would like to thank the city crew and everybody for the work that they've done on preparing the surface for the concrete pad that will house the fire truck. The GoFundMe page is at about $6,000 right now. So hopefully we'll have concrete, hopefully maybe poured next week. That's what
We
was
told them
hoping.
that we'd help them. farm it
Yeah.
Up and,
Yeah.
and go ahead for it.
Yeah.
So.
And for Lucas, I understand that South Bend was first on the scene in that incident in Labam.
So.
Yes, they were.
Yeah, so, no, Lucas he's just doing such a great job. Everybody. Dennis, everybody's just doing such a wonderful job. I'm proud to live here with y'all.
Yeah, they were first on scene in the Raymond incident too, I believe.
Oh,
so,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Our guys are very busy and they're definitely helping in other jurisdictions also, so.
Yeah,
All right,
that's it.
Council Manuel. Nothing, Council Titan? Nothing? All right, do we have any future agenda topics? Nope. All right, well, thanks everyone for coming. We will call the meeting adjourned.
Thank you.